on the election day, credible returning officers to man the various stations. I don't see that being fulfilled now, but it's a promise we make that we will fulfill. So what's wrong with Kenya? We have a constitution, hardworking people. Kenya doesn't have a problem of revenue. It's a problem of misapplication of that revenue, an expenditure problem, fiscal indiscipline, going to pamper a small ruling elite when essential services are not being attended to. We have never failed to renew motor vehicles and get the latest guzzlers for the ruling elite. We are renovating State House with more money than a brand new better State House can be built on. We are renovating the DP's office. We are doing things that are crazy. We are spending 4.5 billion to make Bomas of Kenya a hotel, as though it is a priority at a time we are saying we cannot afford 1 billion shillings for examinations for our children. Our priorities are upside down. In one word, what is wrong with Kenya is governance. If you want to correct the economy, correct governance. And what is governance is how we do things. It's about a foundation of the rule of law, following the rules that we make. Even here we have unspoken rules. Only one person can speak at a time. If we are all speaking, we can't hear one another. So for a club called Kenya, the rules that we make for governance are the laws of Kenya, beginning with the Constitution, and then the laws under it. If we follow that, imagine the Constitution as a whole chapter on how to apply finances, on how to apply the revenue collected. It has a whole chapter on the leadership that is fit to steer the country's affairs. It has Article 10 that gives us the principles, the values and principles of governance, inclusivity, respect for human rights, transparency, accountability. I do not have to say all of them. Mwelekeo tumepewa, lakini masikio hatuna. Tuna macho hayaoni, masikio tunayo, lakini hasiasikii. We are doing the opposite. That's why it should even not be one term, maybe no term. You know? Especially with the killing going on. How much more blood do we have to shed? We must be thinking. That's why when my brother came over, we spoke and we said, this is not about us. This is about the country. And we agreed that we have to unite, not just the two of us. The two of us, and then we go out and look for others. And when I went to pay a return visit to Amunyoro, you saw it was Kenya, not me. Because we need everybody. This job of liberating Kenya cannot be done, not by one party, not by one leader, but by all people of goodwill speaking together. And that is why in the People's Liberation Party, the clarion call is unite, liberate. Without unity of purpose, you cannot liberate. We have unity of purpose. And that unity of purpose has given Kenyans hope. Ile shimo tuko, people are beginning to lose hope. But the moment they have seen a coming together, na hatujajaza, the doors are open for more to come in. People have seen hope. That hope is represented in the manner they are coming out, where the united opposition goes. It tells you people are eager. They keep telling us, you got to stick together, because that's where the hope lies. With a thieving person in charge, with the person who does not care about rules, you have to have a flood of votes to overcome. We are telling him, hata Kasongo mwenyewe akiwa the chair of IEBC, bado tutambwaga. You see? Hata akiwa commission yote, bado tutamweza. But we have to stick together. Yes, we are many candidates. And in case you hadn't known, I'm vying for the presidency. I said, I'm done with running mate business, having finished that era in 2022. But I am also ready if, in the unlikely event, another person is chosen as a candidate, I will subordinate my and support without being a running mate. Because Kenya is bigger than anyone. But for now, I am working so hard, and I'm gonna work day and night to be that candidate. But with in mind that Kenya is bigger than any one of us. Because if the whole problem is governance is about rule of law, I think I got those qualifications. I think I have lived that upholding the rule of law and good governance. And those are the reasons why I resigned from a government that was better led than the current one. From a cabinet position in the Kibaki government, leaving money, power, and privilege, but going with a lighter burden on my shoulders, feeling I am not doing what I should not be doing for the people. Let us remember, we just don't want a change of name. It is not the name that is the problem. It is the way things are done. We've got to effect this change purposely. We've got to look at the menu in front and say, whom shall we send? All of us are doing a great job. My brother is doing a great job, mobilizing, waking up the people, coming up with very witty slogans. One time, from insider knowledge, he's delivering sucker punches. I was telling him that the last one, when he told him, you are angry, I see you are very angry, but Kenyans are more angrier than you. That was a knockout punch. And each one of my other brothers, everybody has something useful they are doing, something unique. But we want to look at the totality and say, whom shall we send? So each one of us will market themselves. We'll all market our parties. And when we talk of parties, let me tell you something. I talked of governance. But political parties are very important in the governance of a country, because they are the network that mobilizes the people on a platform. And I'll begin by saying PLP, we are social democrats. So we are people-centered. And we believe that on a foundation of rule of law, you must look back and uplift the vulnerable. I'll not go on beyond that. I just wanted to say, political parties are so important. And I'll urge those of you here, join a party of your choice. I'll obviously tell you PLP, but while recognizing that there are many parties, join a party of your choice. Do not be a spectator. Why? A government is as good as the political party that forms it. A political party that has no governance, has no structures, a political party that adopts corruption as one of their ways, a political party that has authoritarianism will get a government just like it. I'll just tell you, UDA is a voluntary party. And and it has formed a boundary government. I'll give you a contra. And the same it was with KANU, by the way, and other parties which I will not mention because they were run by friends. The only party that had a semblance of good governance was Mwai Kibaki's DP. It was called by people the Gentleman's Party. What they meant is that it was so orderly, it didn't look like a political party. By the way, when I was rigged out of party elections in Fort Asil in 1992, September the 12th, because I remember, I immediately moved to DP by the 2nd of October, and elections were called. And I was able to defeat the people I found in DP because everything was done above board. That was Mwai Kibaki. And that's how come he ran a good government the first term especially. Things started going south towards the end of the first term election period, 2007. And then when we got the grand coalition, or was it grand corruption government, that, you know, I'm telling you from insider, the way now Rigi can speak to you as an insider, you know, he delivers truths from knowledge. Like I remember about a year ago or 2 years ago, Chief Justice Emeritus Mutunga and several others made a statement when Boniface Mwangi was abducted. And from information we said there is a killer squad of assorted security agencies, and we explained. Rigiji has explained it better than us. He's even given us the figures that it has just slightly over 100 people. You know, that's from insider, just like Muturi did on abductions. In fact, Muturi will be my witness in the Law Society case because they keep denying, yet he has insider information. I'm just telling you that having people who have inside knowledge is very important. I had inside knowledge of the Kibaki government, and I can tell you that it ran well until we stopped caring about the law, and that happened especially in 2000, after the coalition government came, and I lasted just for 1 year before leaving. Because it has to be, you don't want things done which later you cannot explain. You can't be part of it and then deny it. So we are having a problem. The issue is governance, and political parties do matter. Kindly, you can make that party you join a party that is well run by speaking out. You can make sure that that party has good policies by impacting on the policies. You can also support that party through donations. And when many people support, you do not have to spoil your budget. You just give the little money you could have. You forgo your coffee for a day, and you give that small donation. Help us get Kenyans to know that parties should be given, not giving out. You know, we've got to get away from that handout culture. Help us through word of mouth for people to know. And those who do not have money, you still can give. Give your time. It is money. Volunteer in cash and in kind, and through word of mouth. So I want to say that there's a lot you can do. There's a lot you're doing. We still expect so much of you. We are going to build Kenya together. And please link political parties with governance. If we don't do that, I could list parties that are large but have bad governance, that even if they were to go in, they will go in limping. We have to be ready. What changes do we want? We have to focus on institutions. Imagine the 3 arms of government are the worst in terms of governance. The judiciary, even about using money in a reckless manner. If you check how they are doing their buildings and all that. If you go to the executive, worst. You go to parliament, terrible. Those who want to be members of parliament, those who want to join politics and be leaders, let it be a calling